Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Omni viewer, and I swear to you, the argument I am about to be counter-arguing is real. I have seen people actually making this argument, and it is absolutely ridiculous. So, it's been a while since I've spoken about the whole AI art versus real art debate. And when I say art, of course, I'm referring to anything that encompasses arts and entertainment. And at first, it seemed like AI generation was going to completely take over everything. So far, it doesn't seem to have really made that many leaps. People keep saying it's making leaps, but, the real artists, the real actors, the real filmmakers, and so on, we're all still here. We're all still doing stuff. AI hasn't taken over as of yet. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's losing its luster with the public, and it won't. But of course, the AI bros who went all in with this are not going to give up easily. And the argument that I've started to see circulating around, and maybe some of you have seen this as well, is when people are confronted with the idea that they don't want AI taking over the arts, the AI bro will respond by saying, "Oh, well, pardon me, I didn't realize that you're one of those people who makes their own brushes and paints and does all of that stuff by hand. Oh, wait a minute, you don't do that, do you? These are things that are made by machines that you're using. Well, so much for no machines in your craft. What a hypocrite." Now, before I debunk it, let's go over to a different sort of craft. Apply the argument there and see if it still holds up. Let's suppose we have a guy who microwaves all of his food. Hot Pockets, TV dinners, whatever. That's all he does when he eats. He just pops something in the microwave and microwaves it. And he starts calling himself a master chef because of this. Not in an ironic way either. He genuinely wants to be counted as a master chef on the same level as Gordon Ramsay and Bobby Flay. And one day he walks into a restaurant and proclaims this, and the people who are in the kitchen, who actually are the chefs and the cooks and all the people who actually make the food, they come out and they confront him and say, "Wait a minute, pal, popping something in a microwave isn't cooking, that's letting the machine do it for you. Being a chef, being a cook even, just a basic cook, means you have to use the tools at your disposal and you mix the ingredients yourself." And to this, the microwave bro responds by saying, "Oh, well, that must mean you also forge your own pots and pans and cultivate your own crops and meat, doesn't it?" Oh, wait, do you do that? Because if you don't, I don't think that makes you an actual chef. See how that's not really working here? Where was it said that a chef had to also be a blacksmith and a farmer? I mean, some are, and getting back to the art subject, some artists do make all of their own material somehow, and God bless them for it. But it's never been a prerequisite to do that. Being an artist, just like being a chef, is not about making everything you use before you use it to make what you really want to make. What makes you an artist is that you use the tools, wherever they came from, and whatever is at your disposal, you use that to make something that is pleasant. Just like with a chef, you use your ingredients and your different tools there to make something that is pleasant to eat as opposed to look at. What we're looking at here is AI bros basically committing a very simple moving the goalpost fallacy. They can't really argue with the fact that AI generation does all the work for them. And 99% of the time, they're not going to do any touch-ups afterward. Some do, but I mean, if all of them did, we wouldn't have so much crappy AI out there, would we? So they just let the machine do it all for themselves. And of course, that is part of the difference if somebody tries to say, well, wait a minute, isn't AI just a tool? How is an AI generation not just using the tool? Well, the difference is I'm actually using a pencil when I am drawing something or writing something down if I'm writing longhand. I have the idea, but then I'm actually physically doing the work, as opposed to having the idea, handing off a prompt, and then just letting the machine do the rest. back in the olden days when it was handing the idea off to another artist, that was called outsourcing or commissioning. So since the AI bros can't really argue against the idea that the machine is doing all the work, they're instead trying to shift things so that it looks like the artists are hypocrites for not wanting machines involved at all, which no one ever said. I don't care that the pencils I draw with, or the computer I write on, or the camera I'm filming this very video with was made in a factory by a machine. I appreciate the fact that that can be done. But the important thing, the thing that actually makes someone like me an artist, an entertainer, is how we use the tools. And we actually do use the tools instead of just letting it run and forgetting about it. Therein lies the difference. So this is just a basic argument that doesn't hold up to scrutiny at all. It's presenting a standard that has never existed in the first place and trying to enforce it like it has always been the standard, and that is moving the goalpost in its most basic form. So if you see an AI bro trying to make this argument, don't let it catch you off guard. Call it out for what it is and tell them to put the goalpost right back where they found it. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni viewer signing off.